Uh-oh, this is the worst feeling ever. Things have been going amazing between you both, and then all of a sudden, your actions have pushed him away. He is distant, he is cold, unloving, and you are probably finding yourself rereading all of your text messages, constantly checking your phone when a notification sound goes off, ruminating about the last physical conversation you had with each other. Have you ever considered that your actions may have pushed him away because you were trying too hard? Let that sit with you for a second. Now, it can be easy to overindulge in a new relationship or in a relationship where you guys have been good for years. So let's look at the signs that you are trying way too hard and this is causing him to pull away. Let's go, like and subscribe. You give too much. A relationship should be 50-50, and then in moments of stress, one partner takes on more than the other. A natural equilibrium that always balances itself out. However, if you find that you are doing everything, this will actually turn him off because you've stepped off that podium of being a girlfriend to being his mum. So have a think about your recent actions and behaviour. Are you chronically taking care of him, obsessing over the little things, giving away so much of your mental energy and making small sacrifices? Maybe you thought that by obsessing over the small things, such as what he's having in his sandwiches that he goes to work with, reminding him of when his sister's birthday could be and even updating his wardrobe, you might think that you are being a perfect long-term girlfriend. But this behaviour is not good. And of course, he will respect this, but it's you really trying too hard, which is going to push him away. You are too available. Does your guy get that chance to really miss you? To daydream about what you're getting up to throughout the day, or even to ponder, why didn't she pick her phone up at 9 o'clock this evening? What is she doing? Guys freak out at any sign of neediness. So if you are too quick to answer your phone after 2 rings, and you get too excited when he sends you a text message, these are all signs that you are too available. So break down what that means for you. Or simply, it means you, don't have your own life to live. No matter what you are doing, you will always have your man as the number one priority. It's going to make him feel a little bit cringy and it's going to make him pull away. You expect him to mind read. Show up for yourself, have your own boundaries, and asking for your needs to be met is incredibly sexy to a guy. We always feel that if we tell a guy that he's done something that upset us, or that we don't like the idea that he suggested for a date, that we almost become less attractive. But this is further from the truth. A guy cannot read your mind. It doesn't matter how much you guilt trip him or become passive aggressive, he's going to have no idea. So rather than holding all of these emotions that you always show up for your perfect self, instead be a human. Let him know that you don't want to watch him play video games on a date night. Let him know he was out of order with the way he spoke to you. Don't bottle up what you have inside you for you to come across more likable. Stop oversharing. I understand this feeling. We all do. We start dating someone and we really like them, that we feel this amazing energy and we feel like, we're going to tell them everything about ourselves. We shouldn't do that. Oversharing too soon is going to make him feel that you are emotionally unstable and slightly needy. He doesn't need to know about the work office drama every day. He doesn't need to know about that even on the 3rd, 4th or 5th date. He doesn't even need to know the reasons that you've been in therapy for the past 12 years. Eventually, of course, as you guys become a committed partnership, you can open up and share those finer details about yourself. But in the starting phases of a relationship, try to keep that on the DL. Don't have sex too soon. Come on, let's admit it. At the start of a new relationship, we develop this sexy enchantress persona in the bedroom. We are more daring to do things we probably don't really want to do. We only do this to keep him happy. We are more willing to give and give and give in order to please him. This is actually telling the other person that we are dependent on physical connection to make this work. If you are so bothered about a physical connection, you actually remove the emotional element and he's going to feel that something is a little bit off. It's so common for guys to sleep with a woman after the first couple of dates and then he's like, I just don't feel the same for her anymore. Sex in a relationship is an added benefit to the emotional connection. You've become a pick-me girl. You are the type of lady that all of a sudden likes the things that your new partner likes. Your interests are his interests. His hobbies are your hobbies. You cook and you clean for him and you have completely lost yourself. And in guy psychology, he wants to have that almost raw caveman energy. He wants to experience fighting for something. A caveman doesn't go out into the wilderness and then sees a mammoth that's just lying there on the floor and he's like, yep, I'll take you home to eat. Instead, he wants to hunt and kill. He wants the anticipation, the energy, the drive to chase, with that fear that he might not actually get what he's actually going for. If you can adopt this mindset in your relationship, you understand that you don't have to change yourself for a guy to like you. He will like the challenge to chase you. You are afraid to disagree. The first fight in a relationship is very scary, but really it's a beautiful breakthrough. It's the realization that you are both not the same person, that you are able to have a disagreement. And at that moment, you know whether you guys will break up or if you are able to go past it. If you continuously agree with everything that your partner says, he's going to feel the need to pull away. He wants that challenge. So that means if he says something that you don't agree with, you can say, babe, I don't really agree with that. If he cracks a joke that isn't funny, don't force yourself to laugh at it. If he said something rude or offensive, don't just turn away and ignore it, pull him up for it. You are allowed to be your own person, and this is exactly what he is looking for in a long-term partner. Someone that he can just gel with, that doesn't have to overcompensate who they are. Because really, if you are afraid to disagree with your partner, it's actually a sign you have low self-esteem, and that is something you need to work on. Things are moving too quick. There are no benefits at all to rushing a new relationship. You don't need to have the talk of, so are we boyfriend and girlfriend within 2 weeks of dating? And you should not be making any long-term commitments such as planning for a baby, getting a house together, or moving in with each other in under a year. You need to slow the relationship down. That means take your time with the bedroom stuff too. Slow down when it comes to meeting each other's friends and family. Now, these are all long-term commitments. If he senses that you are moving far too quick, it means you're losing your self-esteem. But you need someone in your life to keep you going because you are not stable alone. It's a sign of emotional immaturity. Now, put it this way. If a guy that you are dating is gonna be your forever person, meaning that you guys are gonna be together for the next 50 years, well, there's no rush to move in with each other and just enjoy being in that present moment with each other.